Okay, welcome to the International School of Traders. Welcome to the Monday live analysis. Guys, welcome. Welcome. If you are watching this on YouTube, you are watching this live as we are trading live right now. Guys, we are going to have an amazing time tonight looking at the markets and trading the markets together. Now, there's important things that I would like to highlight that happened last week. The U.S. Interest rates or the federal interest rates that were released on Wednesday yesterday kind of like changed the market structure the way we were looking at last week. That is why on Thursday and Friday we didn't trade, but we are going to be taking trades together from today with you. There's a lot of opportunities in the market. We are going to be looking at a few this week or today. Tomorrow we are going to have a session once again at 9 o'clock live on Zoom, and then later on YouTube, maybe an hour late on YouTube, and then we are going to be having another session on Wednesday during the day, not during the night, during the day, looking at the markets together on Wednesday. So right now, I'm opening our economic calendar to look at what's busy happening in the markets this coming week, or the week that we are currently in, the week that has started on the 22nd of March. I see my calendar is starting on the 15th of March. So I want to change all of that right there. So we are in this week on the 15th of March. Okay, cool stuff. So when we are looking at the market, when we look at how the market is moving, when we are trading the market, guys, we have to go through the economic calendar to look at the events. I'm sure if you have been here for quite a while now, I don't know what this thing is doing. I'm just gonna open another tab. If you have been with us for a while now, you have noticed that we go through the economic calendar to look at the events that are happening in the market today, tomorrow, and all of that all over the world. But now we look at some specific or the major events, economic events that are expected in the market. So I'm gonna look at tomorrow. Our calendar is now sorted. Here in South Africa, it was a Human Rights Day. So if you guys celebrated that one, happy Human Rights Day. I personally, okay, I won't talk this. I won't say this because this will be posted on on YouTube. But some of my rights, I don't feel that I have as a citizen of South Africa. I don't feel that I have. That is why the students these days are fighting for free education. They feel or they do think that they do have a right to free education. Okay, as our calendar is still messing around, let us go straight into the charts. Let us look at the market, what's happening or what is expected in the market, and then we are going to look at the events later. So I'm gonna start with XAUUSD, which is gold. XAUUSD, which is gold, has been a pair, has been a pair that we've been looking at for quite a while now. Almost every day we look at gold, which is XAUUSD, and discuss it. Unfortunately, on the first trade earlier today, this morning, gold took me out. I was taking a buy just above this structure right here. But before I explain that, what is happening on gold or XAUUSD? So on a daily time frame, as we have been discussing all these days, we have been looking at this channel as a beautiful downwards trend that has been forming, right? Meaning the market is more bearish in this on this particular pair or setup or currency or instrument, which is XAUUSD, which is gold. So we've been having a bearish market, right? Now, to further explain some of the few things, there is another support zone that we highlighted here, which is symbolizing on a bigger time frame that we do have this beautiful support supporting and telling us that the market on a bigger time frame not considering or not looking at this zone only or this part only, it is market is actually bullish in this particular case. Now, why is gold bullish? So I think I'm gonna have to explain this. So when we look at the history of money, um, how people were trading back in the days, you remember that people were using what we called barter trade or bartering and trading. Meaning, if you wanted to buy, if you wanted to get what somebody else had, you had to submit or you had to give what you have in order to get what they can in order to get what they had, or in order to get access to their services. Especially if you wanted somebody to build your house, maybe you'd give them a sheep or something. That was done even in the Bible. It was done just a few years ago, a couple of years ago here in South Africa, hundreds of years ago, not more than 200 years ago. It was done here in South Africa. So the bartering system, or the bartering system was used. But after the bartering system was used, it was because the animals which were which the animals and food, which is like grain, which people were using to trade amongst themselves, though all those things, animals, food, and other stuff, were subject to contamination and diseases. If you look at your cows would die. Let's say I'm taking cows from Gauteng to Mpumalanga right now. Probably the weather is changed, or the season, the weather or the environment is not the same in Mpumalanga for those cows, and they probably will get sick and die. So now that those things were subject to contamination, precious metals such as gold, silver, and copper came in place, and that is why people started using gold as a currency at that time. So gold in 1921 or 1911 and between 1911 and 1921 was used to trade amongst amongst the people, amongst countries, amongst cities, among kingdoms, among all of these other things. But we had central banks at that time, which were reserves. I'm going to explain this on a free trading day or something that we will have in the future to really make you understand. But all in all, gold was used as a currency at that time, and then it was changed when the amount of gold that we had in reserves was very low, and we used the promissory note to in exchange of gold. And then after that, the promissory note was used as form of cash, as we know today. So we know that gold was used and is still being bought by a number of people today. A number of countries buy gold, store gold, like countries like Japan and China buy gold and store gold because it is precious. It is precious. It is considered as a safe haven. Meaning, if everything collapsed today, one thing that will remain true is gold, because you can touch it. The value of gold is just in gold, but the value of money is not in money, it's just in the people. That is why the money is affected by inflation and all of those things. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame. So that is why the value of gold, before I continue, the value of gold is forever appreciating or gaining value. I have so much trust in gold and silver, but in most cases, I have so much trust in gold. So you can invest in gold, even on your easy equities. Can invest in gold. I would advise in that one. So on a 4-hour time frame, what are we looking at here? 4-hour time frame, we've had a nice bearish market. This is a beautiful bearish structure that we've been having for quite a while. After we've had this bearish structure, there is a breakout that we are seeing right here on this zone, right? I'm going to highlight that, and then we're going to go in a 1 hour time frame to really see that. Now that breakout was seen today, even today, it was seen. This was a form of a retest that we saw earlier on today. This was a retest of this beautiful trend line that we drew, meaning that now that gold has failed to close below these levels, gold is now expected to do what? To rally all the way up. Now, because this is the account of copy trade, it's a copy trade account. I won't be able to take a trade on this one, since it is followed by some people, or some people are following this account. They do have much smaller accounts, so I won't be able to take this trade. But there is something that I would really love to highlight here. See, there is a structure, or there is a trend line that we are seeing just above us here, which is some sort of a resistance on a 1 hour time frame. Meaning, once we see, but I believe that we are already above support in these levels. You can execute this trade right now and put your stop loss as 1732.26. That is your stop loss. This is where you're stopping your loss. Even though it's massive, if you have a small account, it's very big. But to look into much bigger accounts, or those who will be risking much lesser, this is an execution. Let me just execute this trade, guys. Let me just execute it. Stop. Let me stop saying things. Just execute it because I like it. Let's execute this trade. We are buying XAUUSD, which is gold, meaning we are investing on gold right now. And then our stop loss is 17. It's quite a huge stop loss. Let me use this one. 1733.32. 1733.32. 33.32. 0.32. And then our take profits in this particular case, or in this particular trade, will be much higher. We can target 1755 as our first take profit. There's more other take profit levels that we can look at, but this can be our first, which is 1755, which then let me look for another one which is much better. 1761. 1761 is our take profit. So 1761 is our take profit. We are buying XAUUSD. Boom. We are in the market. We are in this trade right now. So we need to monitor this market, especially when it starts breaking out and closing above these levels. We are going to be monitoring and moving our stop loss accordingly. Those who were in the group today, we bought gold and we smashed it. We made a little bit of money or more money. If you guys were following, gave out the perimeters, stop loss and everything. If you killed that one, you made a little bit of money today. Okay, awesome stuff. Now let's look at another one, which is EURUSD. Now EURUSD has been something that I've been following for days now and weeks, and I want to highlight a few things, right? Now, EURUSD, which is the dollar versus the euro in this particular case, we are expecting, I personally, I am expecting market in this particular case to push further towards the top side. I've been saying this for days, if not weeks, that I'm expecting markets to push towards this level, which is 1.20 in this particular case, or this particular trade or setup right here. This is the level that I've been looking at, especially looking at a daily time frame. This should be a level. Just give me a second. I just want to clear out something here. This is a level visualization, only view at 1 hour. Cool. And if you look at this market, we discussed this market on previous videos. If you are here, you can go and look at our videos. If you can check out our videos that I uploaded last week on YouTube. I mentioned that we want to see markets as touching or into these levels right here, which are beautiful levels for us to start going short on Euro USD. I want to go short on Euro USD simply because of the stimulus package. Now, the stimulus package is the rescue plan, or it is the grant that is provided by the United States government to the people who are affected by the lockdowns today or since the lockdown last year. There are people who have been staying at home. They are not working. Some of them have already lost their jobs. So the government is giving them stimulus package, or which is money, which is a rescue plan, like 350 here in South Africa, right? Cool. So simply because of that, I believe that the dollar is going to gain strength. And when the dollar gains strength, it can go it can push the euro as low as 1.14 in this particular case. And then we can push further towards the top side. But we can argue on that one in terms of our take profit. But on if you look at it in a 4-hour time frame, there is something happening here. If you look at these levels here, we obviously have these beautiful retracements, pullbacks, retracement or pullbacks that we are seeing here, which is something that I'm expecting also here, right? So let me use Fibonacci retracement tool to really determine some levels, some key levels that we can look at in the future. So, oh, beautiful. So I'm looking at the 61.8 level and the 78.6. Now, why is that? I think that will correspond with the resistance that has already been shaped and been formed by these couple of levels in the past, right? Like the level on January 6th, 2021, and the level in on January 26th. No, this is February 26th in this particular case. So I'm expecting markets to push at least to the 78.6 in this particular case right here. So if you are on a smaller time frame, or if you have a larger account in this particular case, you can actually try and invest in this trade by buying where we are right now, which is the 38, just above the 38.2, but your stop loss should be at least below the 61.8, because we've already had that market move. Or else wait for a little bit of retracement, which I don't think we're going to have anytime soon. I believe this market from this 38.23.6 right here level is going to push towards the top side. So if you are buying right now, you can use a stop loss of 15 pips, 20 pips is good, which is 1.19144. So let me just buy this one also. I'm going to buy this one. So we're going to look at the news shortly, but I just want to explain some few things here. So it's 19 what? 20 pips is 19132 for me. 19132. 19132 for me, and that is a good stop loss. It's not too tight, but it's not also too wide. And then in terms of our take profit should be 1.19920. 19920. Now we are buying Euro USD. Let me look at our reward here. So we're risking 20 pips to gain 60 pips, which is not a bad reward. It is some kind of a good reward. So I believe market's still gonna push towards the resistance. Now that is for day trading purposes, but if you are looking to invest a little bit on the dollar, no, on the euro, you can expect market to push all the way up to the 78.6, which we can also modify along the way as we look at this trade on a daily basis. So GBPUSD GBPUSD is still at resistance. So if you look at GBPUSD the way we analyzed last week, I wish I was with you guys yesterday to really show you these things. So we have a beautiful support here, and this one may be considered as a triple bottom when it comes to GBPUSD, right? This is one, two, three. Now, triple bottom, this is where markets usually come and then reject this zone, or not. If not rejecting, it will rest and then change direction from. So it has changed direction from the 8th of March, and then also on the 16th of March, and also today we saw markets changing direction from that zone. So I personally am expecting markets and to further go towards the top side above these levels. Now, we can argue that if we do argue that one, my supporting statements or my supporting facts here is that market is above this support, which is a light support or a minor support, and then above this major support here. And then if market does break towards the top side here, break this line that I've just drawn here, we are going to see a little bit of a retest in this particular case. And then if we do see that, we are going to be doing what? We are going to be going long on this trade tomorrow, probably tomorrow, if market does go into our direction here. So, but I'm looking to go long in this particular case. USD JPY, this is my expectation without a doubt. Why am I expecting this? USD JPY is in a ranging mode. I know we have been talking a lot, close to 30 minutes now, but in the next a few minutes, I'll be closing this session because we do have another one tomorrow in the evening, and we do have some signals that we will be providing to you guys so that you can trade throughout the day. But I want to show you that if USD JPY on a 4-hour time frame is in a ranging mode, I'm expecting USD JPY to push further towards the downside to these zones, and then from that zone we are going to be buying from that zone towards the previous resistance once again. And that is what I'll be doing on USD JPY. For those who are on the groups, I will be telling you guys the relationship between USD JPY and another thing that I will tell you so that it will be much easier for you guys to look at USD JPY in this particular case. Okay, cool. So what is happening here? This is AUD on a 4-hour time frame. I want to explain a lot of things here. This is self-explanatory, and I've been talking about this for quite a while now. But what I really want to say now is that according to what the structures, or according to what the market has given us so far, in this market, if we don't see a retracement, please do listen to me. If we don't see a retracement from this zone towards the downside, then that means we have missed this trade, because I can't take a buy now. It's already late. If it doesn't retrace down to this zone during the Australian session in the early hours of morning, if it doesn't do like this, I won't be able to take this trade, but I believe it's still going to reach those levels. So if you are trading this particular currency pair on a demo account, you can use your stop loss as 0.76933, 0.76933, and then your take profit use 0.78289. 78289. That is your take profit right there. So in this particular case right there, but I'm already late. I missed out on this trade right there. So I'm going to be explaining NASDAQ, right? I know this NASDAQ right here is already expired in terms of Okay, I was doing it on the other chart, not on this account. So let me just go straight into this account. Let me go to NASDAQ, show all. Now the NASDAQ, I posted on some group on Facebook. It's a group for a certain brokerage, and I said short sellers on NASDAQ should forget. The market is now changing direction, and NASDAQ is looking for new highs. Here's NASDAQ. NASDAQ is now on the move or on the hunt of creating new highs, right? Cool. Now, the problem is that I didn't put my indicators that you guys should be seeing now. Just give me a second, because this is also recorded for also recorded for it's also recorded for the YouTube channel. So I want to put our magic indicators there so that you guys don't copy our style easily and quickly and say, this is the cheat code. So I'm quickly gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just give me a second. I'm adding you 1, and I'm adding you 2. Cheat codes. 21, 21, 27, 35. Okay, cool stuff. Now, let me share my screen. So if you're looking at the NASDAQ chart right now, if you look at it in a weekly time frame, right, the NASDAQ, without a doubt, has had its hardest times, especially last year in March. This was the biggest plunge, or the biggest crash since 1929 that we've ever seen in the stock market. But look at the recovery. It was the biggest recovery because of the stimulus package last year. Now, this was also backed up by the stimulus package. People were using Amazon to shop. People were using Netflix. So this index was pumped by that. It gained strength because of that, because people were using Amazon, Netflix, and all those things, or all these online things that we have that are included in the NASDAQ. But now we also had another crash around August, October last year, but that was just a small one, right? And then boom, we had a good recovery. And now this previous month, we had another crash, right? Which I believe now that the NASDAQ is ready to do what? To reject this, or to reject these levels and say, hey, I'm ready to recover and move forward, simply because of the stimulus package and all these other things that I've mentioned right there. So the main thing that I wanna highlight here is that on a 4-hour time frame, we have a beautiful, beautiful head and shoulders. This is a head and shoulders, especially for those who are intermediate to advanced. This is a beautiful inverse head and shoulders, which, if this market stays above or breaks this market level, which this market or this neckline in this particular case. Okay, let me show you, if you are new, if you are not familiar with these head and shoulders. Head and shoulders in this particular case, this is our left shoulder. Let me just draw this one. I promise you guys, this is the last chart that I'm analyzing. I'm also not feeling like I should continue. This is our left shoulder, and then this is our head, and then after the head, this is our right shoulder. This is our right shoulder. Okay, cool. Now after the right shoulder, we are expecting this market to do what? To break these highs, which is, this is the neckline. If market break these highs as the break these levels, we are going to be looking at going long for possibly the next 3 to 5 months, 3 to 5 months, just going long on the NASDAQ, right? But that for trading purposes, there's also other things that you can look at as a trader. You don't want to say I'm correct by saying this, because the market is not made by us. It is not moved by us as retail traders. It is moved by the big bullies who are the big banks. You find Goldman Sachs. You find American banks, Citi, JP Morgan, and all of those things. So in this particular case, if this doesn't work out, this would be our retracement that we are seeing right here. This should act as our retracement right here. So look at this structure and say, hey, market will reject this and go all the way down here, targeting those lows once again. But I beg to differ in this particular case, or in this particular index. I beg to differ. This is expected for me, even if it does fall from now, to bounce on these levels, and then from there start rallying all the way up in this particular case right here. I'm a big fan of NASDAQ. I love NASDAQ. I am going to be sharing with you guys on the NASDAQ group on what's busy happening. There's a lot of things happening, EURJPY and all of those things. Oh, it looks like EURJPY is ready to sell. I'll send a trade on the group when this thing is really ready, because I want to make a few confirmations. The reason why I'm not saying we must sell now is because of the trade that we took on a EURUSD, which is a buy. But I believe this is a resistance. We are at resistance. This has been a resistance for quite a while. But if markets tend to close, there's no sign that it will turn around now and continue towards the downside. But in this particular case, I'd like to believe that if it doesn't do like this, then we'd look for market, or we'd look at this market in this manner. We'd look at market closing above these levels and then continuing towards the top side in this particular case right here. So I'm gonna wait for some few confirmations, but this is not looking good for me. It is not a good trade. It is a trade that usually tricks you and say, hey, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So if you're watching this on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, please do consider subscribing to this channel. And then number 2, on the description, you will find the link to our free channel. This is where I am posting trades probably daily or weekly. Please do consider subscribing to the channel and link and joining our channel on Telegram. And then for those of you who are not part of the International School of Traders, you're enjoying these things, you've been seeing us analyzing the market, you want to get into depth analysis, you want to learn how to trade, you want to learn how to look at the market, guys, I'm open for you. I'm here for you. I'm here to take you guys through the market and show you how the market moves and how to really maximize your profits. I am having a trading plan that I have for you guys for the month of April, May, June. Please do just remind me, not on an inbox, on the group, so that I will feel guilty if I don't see, if I respond late. Just ask me on the group about the trading plan that I have. So that trading plan, I will present it to everyone who will book for Saturday. Guys, please do book me for Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll be for you, taking you guys through the market, and then after that, I will have to rest as a human being. Please, if you have enjoyed this session, you were live here with us. Do tell us in the comments or on my inbox. Tell us how do you feel about this session. Do you want more? What do you want? So that you guys, we can be able to you know, share some of these things with you. Kudzai Mureng is saying, great show, my brother. Thank you so much, brother. Kudzai, guys, let me just tell you guys. Kudzai is saying, hey, he told me on the inbox, hey guys, he said I'm joining the International School of Traders. I want to be part of you guys. He is very. He's been looking at us from afar, but now he has seen the things that we've been doing. Is like, hey, I want to be with these guys. So thank you so much, Kudzai, for joining us tonight. Sandy and everyone who joined tonight. I see some people, look like some people left already. It's okay. So please do book me for this coming weekend. Have a beautiful evening. If there's something that I missed on this session, do hit me on the inbox. I'm here for you guys. See you on the other side of the withdrawals. It's your one and only Ngubeka Mtiane. Shalom. Love you all, guys. See you soon. Where do I stop this? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As people usually say. See you soon.